we are gonna
beating his ass that much.
We're gonna roll this train on forward towards Sonyville. PlayStation 4, Sony.
Okay, so get this
Shuhei
right.
Yoshida.
Get this right. So the floor is black, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And then they hear fucking "Wow!" and fucking Crash Bandicoot comes out. The first 30 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm going home.
That's 30 minutes with a Crash Bandicoot. That's the game.
I feel like, what is this? Though? You give me a speed through with
The game is coming out next week.
They'd be like, I hope you guys are. What's that guy's name? The white guy who is for Sony, and he talks really bland. What is his name? He reminds me of Kevin Butler, but he's not Kevin Butler.
I don't know.
The
former head of Sony.
He might still be there, unless he is the former head.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't remember. But he's like, wow. Thanks for coming, guys.
Oh, Jack Tretton?
There it is. Jack Tretton.
Yeah, he's no longer with Sony.
Jack Tretton comes out. All right, guys. Welcome to another Sony
Jackie
press.
T.
Welcome to a Sony press conference. Hi. And people are just, we're here for games and you. And it's just awkwardness for like 10 minutes. And people are like, so what you got? And then they show like a buzz reel for like 5 minutes. It's like, God damn, this is a long fucking buzz reel. Because they have 5 minutes worth of games, right? So they show off next new character for Street Fighter. Because Street Fighter 5 is still going through Sony and they're still supporting it. They show off clips of God of War, Days Gone, Last of Us 2, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Crash Bandicoot, snippets of Marvel Infinite,
Death Stranding.
I don't want to see that game there.
Why not?
It is because it's not a game yet. It's too damn early.
They show off the fact that Persona 5 has gotten awards, Nier, Neo, Horizon, and all this is in that BuzzFeed that says, Sony, get with it, bitches. And it's like, God damn. And they say Microsoft sucks dick. Nintendo's not that bad. And it's like, God damn. Sony coming out with the Sony coming out with the bangers, just whoo! You know what I'm saying? One time, just whoo! And so
I think you can do it again.
Anywho, so what they do is they show off a new PlayStation service because they said, man, Xbox Play is pretty good. They said, we're going to let you start downloading games with PlayStation now because streaming is stupid. So they start doing that. People are like, God damn, that's a pretty good deal. That's pretty fucking good. I'm pretty fucking good.
That's like the muttering of the crowd.
Pretty fucking good. Chatter. Tits on that bitch. Just somebody. She's like, huh? Who said that?
Well, I love your the picture you paint of this is just phenomenal.
And you know, everybody's like, that's pretty cool, right? But it's not system seller. It's not game changing, you know. So they show off God of War. That's cool. They show off.
Do you think that's releasing this year?
No. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because right now, with Red Dead 2 being pushed into next year, there really isn't that giant, thing. There's games here and there for sure. Mm-hmm. But I think for Sony, I don't think they've really announced any huge game coming out this year exclusive. So
I see. What's fucked up is I want to say no, it won't come out. But a part of me says Sony's going to pull something out their ass, and then probably is going to come out this year.
I mean, who knows how long that game's been in development? So
yeah, exactly.
We'll probably get a date for Days Gone.
I know Last of Us might come out this
Days
year.
Gone, yeah.
Last of Us is not.
I can see Days Gone as an October release.
Last of Us 2 will probably come out next year.
Oh, Last of Us 2, they said there are years on that game.
Really?
Not 2018.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I'm thinking 2019.
Holy shit.
I'm thinking PS4 Swan Song.
2019 is not the Swan Song.
2019?
No.
How many years is that?
That's only like 5 or 6.
For 2019, is it? For 2013? Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
The 10-year cycle. That's what they always go
Yeah,
with.
10-year cycle. Well, yeah, I guess so. Packing lunch.
You know what I can't wait to see?
These nuts.
Not just that. Because he has some smooth-ass balls, let me tell you.
Let's
Smooth as
But I cannot wait to see gameplay of Spider-Man, if they ever show it.
Spider-Man, yeah.
The rumors are probably going to show it, because Homecoming's coming out this year.
Yes. I think Spider-Man will release this year. I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah. I am waiting for one thing.
What's that?
One thing only.
What is that?
Take a guess.
One thing for PS4 exclusive.
Not even exclusive. Just something that we know is going to be PS4 related.
Kingdom Hearts 3?
I mean, yes, but since the news came out that motherfucker ain't showing up for another 2-3 years,
I'm not holding my breath.
Square Enix doesn't know how to develop games.
Nope.
So
They take fucking forever.
I don't know.
Man, I thought you guys were my friends. Motherfucking Marvel, bitch.
Oh, Marvel.
Oh, Marvel.
They are going to show off characters, and I'm going to nut.
You think that's going to be on Sony's stage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I was shocked that Tekken was on Xbox stage, but I am not shocked that Marvel will be on Sony stage. Not in the sense that, because they're supporting the fact that the game is going to be on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Because they're not doing the Street Fighter V thing. They're like, we don't know. Marvel got the money for this.
Terrible idea.
Marvel got this. We don't need your fundage, bitch. So they're like, fine, whatever. But they know that a large market of their crowd is from Sony. So they have to show it off on a Sony stage. Why not? That's why they showed it off at the PS event, the PlayStation Experience. Because they knew people were
yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
people were going to be hyped for it. So it's kind of like, so where do we go from here?
Let me tell you what's going to blow everybody away. Knack 2.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you this. It looks way better than the first one.
Yeah, sure.
And I've heard a lot of hands-on about it. Like, way better. Like, way better. Good actual game this time.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway.
Man.
Well, here's where Sony currently stands. They've been kicking ass.
They're winning.
They're winning. They're doing really well. VR.
VR is only hit or miss because Farpoint just came out.
That is my biggest question. I know they're gonna come at us with.
They're gonna be like, here's VR school, VR song,
Hey, man, the VR is pretty fucking sweet, though.
That is
it's
my
really
biggest.
awesome.
Like I know Sony's doing. They're doing well.
PlayStation.
Their IP is strong. They're gonna have some good releases this year. My question is VR because I don't think they already said it. They did not anticipate it taking off the way it did, and so it sold well initially, but now people are putting it to the side because first of all, there's not much to play on it. That's huge. Farpoint just came out, thank goodness, and they're really quiet. They're being very quiet.
Yeah,
and the manufacturing issues. People couldn't find one when they wanted one, so that hurt their sales. I really don't want them to go the way of the Vita and go, oh no, well this didn't sell great, and so we're gonna pull the plug early on it.
Yep.
But I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? That's just a concern. I think we're going to do, because it's too early to release new VR hardware. This is still Gen 1 VR. They said they're treating VR like PlayStation 1. Like, this is the initial. I think what we're going to see is some kind of improved VR controllers. Like, because right now they're using these old-ass Move wands from 8 million years ago that are shitty.
Yeah.
Whereas Vive and stuff have
things.
way better input methods to more mimic what your hands do in these games. I think they're going to have some new controllers for this thing, and maybe even an updated camera to better track what your head is doing. And then leave the headset alone. Maybe announce some new VR experiences. Maybe some kind of new IP.
We've announced Street Fighter VR.
Oh, no.
Where you get to be Blanca. You have to crouch down and go...
Imagine doing a spin attack. You'll get fucking dizzy.
You have to roll.
And I feel like Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo has to be VR compatible.
Gran Turismo Sport
Oh,
still
you know
does
what?
not have a release date.
I never cared.
It doesn't.
No, it
What are
doesn't.
they
Still doesn't
doing
have
with
one.
this game?
What are we doing? Announcing new cars, but not a fucking date.
Oh my god!
Hey, look, we got a Porsche in it. No shit. When does it come out? We got a Porsche.
Porsche!
So
I never cared for Gran Turismo, but if you could play it on a VR, that would be pretty fucking sweet.
yeah, nausea-inducing, but pretty sweet. My thing is for Sony, they are winning very, very strongly. They don't have much to gain, so I do believe that they need to come with some VR accessories that improve the experience. I do 100% agree with that. I do agree.
They need to sell that Farpoint gun separately.
They actually are.
Oh, they are?
Yes. We don't have them yet, and I don't know where you're supposed to get them, but IGN gave me a firm... I watched the IGN review on the gun, and they had a separate price point for it already talked about in the video. And I was like, oh, okay, so you can get the gun separately.
Good.
They need to show off more VR games
Yes.
so that we don't have this Vita situation again. And they need to just say, we're lowering the price on Vitas, wherever you can buy them. So that instead of, what is it, $200? Is it $200?
For a Vita? I don't remember.
For a brand new Vita. If it's $200, then go ahead and hit that like button. Or whatever the fuck you're listening to this on.
Just leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the smash that like button section. Go ahead and subscribe to us if you like eating egg shells or something. So if the Vita is $200, they're gonna lower that price, right? Make it a flat like $125, $130, because nobody's buying that shit.
No one's playing it.
Or make it $150 and lower the price of the memory cards, right? Lower the price of them proprietary bullshit ass memory cards to like $20. You know what I'm saying? A respectable price for like a 64 gig or whatever the fuck it is for $24 goddamn dollars. You know, or better yet, if they really got the balls, my nigga, just fucking be like, we got rid of the Vita. Here's the PSP 2, and it's like a better version of the Vita.
Do you think Sony is willing to get back into the handheld market?
No, I hope they don't.
Okay.
I really hope they don't.
Okay, here's why you say they hope they don't. Because the Vita sucks shit. Now, if it didn't suck shit and was a PSP 2, like it should have been.
No gimmicks.
No stupid ass back touch screen.
Which was dumb.
No front touch screen.
Which was dumb.
No small ass joysticks.
Proprietary memory cards.
No small ass buttons. No stupid ass memory cards.
And games.
And games. A spaced out D-pad. And games, it would have been legit. Like, honestly, I think we had this discussion before. I think it'll probably be our next podcast. We're going to look up some old rivalries like PS3, 360. Where did that stand? You know, DS, PSP. You know, that whole argument. Remember, that was like the topic for whatever.
Oh, we're gonna go back.
Yeah, we're going to go back like a time capsule. Virtual Boy versus the world. You know what I'm saying? Who wins? The world.
Yeah.
But no, it's like the PSP had solid games. It actually wasn't a bad system.
No, it had a good run.
The PSP.
It had a very.
I loved it.
You put it next to the DS, and it's like, whoa. But no, on its own, it had a very successful run.
To me, even if you put it next to the DS, it wasn't that bad.
It was.
The only reason people look at the DS in such high praise was because DS had such strong support from family. Because it was like, oh, it's this system that does so much. It's underpowered, but it's kind of accessible for everybody the same way the Wii was. When the Wii came out, everybody kind of got it. When the DS came out, people didn't really get it. It was pretty shitty. Like, the first DS, boo-boo. Complete shit. Like, the first PSP was much more solid. It was a much better designed handheld system. But when it came to games, DS only got better. PSP kind of stayed in its own lane, but it still had amazing titles. It was a system for racing games. It had Daxter. It had Grand Theft Auto, an actual Grand Theft Auto experience.
It had Tekken. It had Def Jam, Power Stone, Darkstalkers, Street Fighter Alpha 3. It had games that I like to play. It had RPGs galore, and I mean good RPGs. You had Final Fantasy Tactics. You had Crisis Core. You had Kingdom Hearts. You had motherfucking Yeast. You had Valkyria Chronicles 2.
Half-Minute Hero.
You had Half-Minute Hero. Like, look.
Yeah, Tactics Ogre.
Tactics Ogre. You had games. I am not knocking the DS for anything. But I will say that I think the PSP had a more... It was that same argument where it was 64 versus PlayStation. Yeah. I think the PSP was the PlayStation and the DS was definitely the 64. And it definitely felt like it. It was like you had a much more mature theme with the PSP. And when they went to Vita, they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, the Vita is a tale of two Sonys.
It was like...
a lot of people say.
It's like when you go from one to the other, they were like, what happened here?
Anecdotally, DS sold 154 units worldwide, 154 million units worldwide. PSP did 70.
Oh, I knew it sold less. I just think it was...
But no, I mean, no, it had a great library though. I think they both had a great library. But Vita, it was trapped between the Sony of the PS3 Sony, which only found its footing at the very end, so it didn't talk well with that system, and the current Sony of games focused, stuff, and it didn't talk well with that PlayStation either.
Oh, you forgot to add that we're mobile.
we're the super mobile market that's gonna beat the phones.
Yeah,
that's what they were.
I remember that shit.
Vita had a lot.
I was like, ha ha.
Vita had a lot going against it.
Here's 3G. Yeah. Why 3G? 4G exists. Here's 3G. You can only get it for AT&T. Why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, I think with the Switch selling the way it is, I think that's proving that people are still looking for a robust mobile experience. It's not on cell phone.
And that's why I personally think that if Sony were to redesign and reimagine and rebuild and reclaim a Sony handheld, if they said we're gonna make a PSP 2 because we just need the PlayStation V. First off, the Vita's a dumb fucking name. And I hate people. Okay,
but it's life in Latin.
I don't give a fuck what's Latin.
That's what it means.
Yes,
I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. Obviously, I'm assuming the people listening to this know that I work at a GameStop. No, I do not like it as much as other places, except, it's actually not that bad a job. But I'm gonna tell you this: I do hate that stupid beaches keep coming in and calling it the PlayStation Vista, and I don't know where they get this fucking S from.
Vista, like a card,
like a fucking Windows Vista. Like, where the fuck shit?
Oh, I know. I was thinking Vista. Yeah.
You mean a Vespa?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's like it makes me angry because it has this identity crisis. PSP, everybody got it. PSP, PlayStation Portable, DS, Nintendo DS. They didn't even call it dual screens. They just said DS, so everybody got it. DS.
People thought that was just the code name, and they're like, "No, player, is the name."
Yeah. So you got DS, PSP. Nintendo is stuck with the DS thing. It actually prospered pretty well in the end game. Started out pretty haphazardly for 3DS, but we moved past that.
Oh yeah, it's doing fine. So,
honestly, if they were to come out with a PSP 2. I would want it to look like a controller. Like, you know how the PlayStation controller looks like with the handles on the side and everything? And it has something like that.
I don't.
No.
Like,
no. That's awkward.
Would you want to put that in your pocket?
You're right. I can't put that in my pocket.
That's why they wouldn't do that.
They have to put that in my pocket.
Because they'd be like, oh, that's a cool idea. And then they would like, put it in your pocket and it would get snug on shit. And they're like, redesign it. I could see that as an extra grip. What's fucked up? I actually wanted that grip for PS Vita when I had one. And I was like, oh man, this makes it feel much more comfortable. And it does. Problem is that fucking system sucks shit! Yeah. So, if they made a PSP 2, I think that people it will leave people with something to talk about.
I feel like Sony is paying very close attention to Nintendo.
Yes,
they are.
They always do.
Yeah,
the move.
It's interesting because it's like
they always do.
Nintendo proved what the Vita couldn't with having a console experience on the go.
They're like, we're gonna make the PS4 go.
They actually pulled off what the Vita tried to. A lot of people call it the Vita 2. Because it's getting the quirky RPGs. It's getting the AAA titles from first party from Nintendo, along with other stuff in between. You put on your TV. Some people say it's too large, but as far as I can tell, people don't seem to give a shit about the size of the thing at all.
Nope.
Because you can put it in a case, put it in your backpack, whatever,
and you'd be happy with it.
That's the reason why I love my Switch, man. My Switch is great. It's portable. It's beautiful. It's lightweight. It makes sense.
So yeah, I think
the Vita already used cartridges.
Do you think? What are the odds you think that would? I think there's a fairly good chance Sony will bring back another handheld. But do you think it'll be this year, this E3?
No.
Or do you think maybe next year?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, logistically, they probably would not show it at E3. If they were to bring it back, they would either show it later this year or early next year. They would show it off before E3 because E3 they want to focus on stuff.
Yeah, I think they have too much hardware as is to focus on, like VR and PS4 Pro and.
Because remember when PS Vita first got announced, they had a whole separate press conference for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, they do have PSX.
That's why I was like, if they did that, I'd be like, cool. I would be all for
it. You think that if they ever had a handheld now, you think it'll overshadow the VR or?
Okay, so that's the problem.
Would that be too much?
It could overshadow the VR, potentially.
Yeah.
But if they found a way to incorporate it into their ecosystem where it works with the PS4 it works with the VR, you probably wouldn't have any issues. Like, the one thing that you would have to do is you would have to find a way so that everything flows together. Like, if you have a PS4, your new PlayStation handheld kind of like syncs with it. You can do, it's a second screen experience. You're having fun with it. You know, you can like download games to it. The same thing the PSP kind of did initially. Yeah. And the same thing the Vita kind of did as well, because it's a second screen experience. If you have a VR, imagine having an extra like VR thing for you. So you have your VR, and like certain games improve if you have like the portable system. You pick it up and it shows in the game like a different screen that can like assist you. And it's like near you, or it's like, hey, you have this and you hold it in your pocket or something like that. And as you're playing it, it'll vibrate when you're like near secrets or something like that. It enhances your experience. So people are like, oh, that is cool. So I don't just have this extra piece of technology. I benefit from having it. You know,
you have to that can rumble. That'd be sweet.
You have to be able to like find a way to incorporate everything into your ecosystem, and that's kind of where the Vita fails right now, because it fits nowhere. It's
long gone.
It's there. It's there.
I mean, let's face it, the Vita is dead. I mean, it's as far as when first party leaves, you're done. Yeah. And the first party gave up on it. There's still games still coming forward, and good games from other people, but
from other companies,
first party's gone.
RPGs, anime fighters and shit.
So fighters, just weeb trash.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I thought it was all fighters and stuff.
Weeaboo garbage.
So as we set the sun on the Sony conversation,
are we doing this one thing again?
You're doing this one thing again, baby. Doing it one more round now.
All right, David, go ahead.
What would you like to see?
I want to see gameplay of Spider-Man. That's what I want. That is really what I want. I am so fucking excited for it, because now that I have a PS4, I actually have a reason to actually get excited for these games now. Spider-Man is definitely my number one.
All right. Chris?
Okay,
Chris, come on, man.
Okay.
You painted the picture at the beginning already.
I know, just come in. All right, here's the deal, right? Motherfucking Jack Trent comes out on 2 unicycles and starts sucking dick.
Okay.
It is an aristocrat joke.
In all honesty, this is super left field. A PlayStation All-Stars 2. I really did enjoy the first one. It's just the mechanics were kind of like stupid, that you had to get super to kill people. But I thought everything worked well. The combos were cool, and it had a lot more potential than people give it credit.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
If they actually worked on it and actually put PlayStation All-Stars in it and not fucking Big Daddy, you would probably have a good game.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I want to say more original IPs, but you know, PlayStation gets tons of them. So yeah, like PlayStation All-Stars 2 and some release dates. That's kind of about it. That's literally what I want to see.
All right. I want to see whatever the hell Sucker Punch is working on.
They're working on these nuts, bitch.
Because right now they haven't made a game since Infamous Second Son, and
they're making a new Sly Cooper.
I hope not.
Why not? I love that.
I'm kind of over the character based. But I want to see what they're working on. I think it's going to be really... It's got to be something cool. Like, I really want to see that. The only other thing I would... The only other thing I want to see from Sony, outside of whatever Sucker Punch is doing, is a release date for...
Yes.
From the Heavy Rain developer.
I don't know the fucking name.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name, though.
It's like Bloodstained or...
No,
it's not that. Or Rape...
No. The game with the robots.
With the robots and...
Detroit.
Something.
Detroit.
Man.
Detroit. I want to see what they did for Detroit. Because I think that looks really cool.
Play that shit.
I do not have to play anything.
No, I'm hoping when they show these trailers, this is my final little thought, that they at least put on there, this is being played on PS4 Pro. Like, people need to know what these games will look like when they get them home.
Okay, so I'm just going to go out right now and say it. So they're coming out with Lawbreakers on PS4 and PC.
Uh-huh.
First off, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty fucking dope. I've played the beta on PC, and the game is fucking sweet. It's like Overwatch, but more violent and funny, and it uses gravity in a different way. Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
It's from Cliffy B's new studio, Boss Key.
Oh, okay. So the game is really cool. It's going to cost, I think, $30. They did say it is PS4 Pro enhanced. at the end of the trailer.
Which is so vague. What does that mean?
It's either going to run at 1080p 60 frames, or it's going to be 4K 30p.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they just say, fuck it, 1080p 60 frames, because it runs at 60 frames on PC.
Oh, I ain't never seen this.
The game is sweet. It is fun as fuck.
I'm going to check it out.
And yeah.
I've never seen
If more trailers do PS4 Pro Enhanced, that at least gives people the idea that, hey, this will at least be supportive on PS4.
Yeah, I would like to think. And same thing for Scorpio. Like, whatever games they show, people, they need to make it clear what hardware these games are running on.
I know we're past Xbox, but real quick, from each one of you, if you had to think of an actual name for the Scorpio, what would you call it?
Xbox 2.
No.
Xbox
Ultimate. Xbox.
I've always said simple is better.
Xbox. I'm going with the Xbox Pro.
Or Xbox Elite. Probably not even Elite, because Elite's already been taken.
Yep.
So
that's what.
And Pro doesn't work.
Because that's PlayStation shit.
Xbox 4K? No.
Xbox Next.
No.
Xbox Damn.
Xbox Great Balls of Fire.
Xbox, this shit's stupid.